Hi guys, so for tonight's reading we are going to be looking into what do your ancestors think of the gifts, rituals, communication you have with them. This was actually a subscriber request, and we have 3 piles tonight. 1, 2, 3. Take a moment to get in touch with your intuition and your higher self and pick the pile that you feel most drawn to. And if you guys enjoy this reading, I would really appreciate it if you could like, share, comment, subscribe. It helps my channel to grow, and it also helps to spread these messages to other people who could use them as well. It's also a great way to give back energetically for the healing session I'm bringing to you tonight. And another great way to do that is through donating to my channel. You can find my Cash App, PayPal, Amazon wishlist, and my P.O. box all in the description box below. And I really do appreciate anybody who does any of those things. I also really appreciate those of you who give back through timestamps or purchasing things from my esty shop, buying personal readings, things like that really helps me out too. And you can find all the information for that stuff in the description box below. Any of you who check out my other channel, Dee's Storytime, where I have a lot of the poetry from this channel, that really helps me out as well. When you watch those videos or like, share, comment, subscribe over there, it really does give back to me. So I really appreciate everybody who takes the time out to give back to me for what I'm giving to you here today. Let's get started with pile 1. Pile 1, what do your ancestors, how do they feel about the things that you do for them? I really feel like you don't see what you do for them as very much. You may feel like you don't have a lot to give. You may feel like, I really feel like you don't see what you have to give as very significant. You may do a lot of homemade crafts. You may do a lot of DIY things, and some of those could be on your altar if you have an altar. You may not even have an altar, but you may have actually done artworks that have something to do with your ancestors in some sort of way. Or you may even just have little items that remind you of your ancestors that you carry on you on a regular basis. They really love the way that you think of them on a regular basis, how much love you send their way. They really love the work that you do spiritually as well, whatever work you do spiritually. I feel like you have the key to open up a lot of different hearts when it comes to people. And I was just curious if that fits in there because it looks like it. I really feel like you have the key to open up a lot of people's hearts, and they may really appreciate the work that you do on that front as well. You're very colorful, very original, very different in the way that you approach your ceremonies or your rituals, or the way that you dedicate things to your ancestors is very different. And really it means so much to them, even if you feel like it is very small. I don't think you make a big flashy show of it. You just privately kind of have time out to talk to them on your own, or you may sit outside to do that. You may collect a lot of rocks or just a lot of found items or little trinkets or things like that. And they really appreciate that. You may also even leave flowers out for them or grow specific flowers that may have actually been associated with things that when they were alive. You may feel like your heart was really broken by the loss of your ancestors as well, and they have watched you heal and come back together better than ever, and they're very proud of you for that as well. We have action. And we have temple path. So your actions, that's kind of what I was thinking with the spiritual work and the hearts and everything like that. I feel like you take a lot of action to bring healing to the world, to spread love, to spread kindness, to spread beauty in your own unique and little ways. And everywhere you shine your light, it's like you're tributing your ancestors through taking the path that you're taking. You're taking a very spiritual path. You're really finding your way through the cycles of life and being able to free yourself. And you are taking very quick action to go after your goals, to go after your dreams. Some of you may actually even have some sort of garden that you visit, or some sort of gazebo, park, something with a lot of growing, shrubbery, trees, flowers, things like that, that you may actually visit to communicate with them. And they really enjoy the fact that you connect with them through the natural world, that you connect with them through animals as well. You may even feel like you see their presence in some of the animals around you as well, and they want you to know that when you're feeling that way, yes, they are there. Wheel of Fortune, the God, Golden Egg, the Owl, and the Nightingale. And you sing. And when you sing, it really connects you very strongly to them as well. You may actually sing a lot of, if it's not gospel hymns, it's a lot of really good, positive, upbeat music. Things that inspire or lift the world, things like that. A lot of the things that you sing, that's what you sing. But either way, they love your singing. You may sing to your ancestors a lot. There may even be songs that you shared together that you really both loved, and they love the fact that you continue to enjoy that music after they're gone, and that you tend to think of them while you're singing it. You're very claircognizant. You know a lot of things, you have a lot of wisdom, and you also tend to share the wisdom that they have given you in the past, and you tend to attribute it to the people who have given it to you, as far as the ones that you have known that have passed away. You're somebody who creates opportunities. With very little at your disposal, you are able to create many great things. And you are really somebody who, every different season, it's like you collect a lot of natural things. I actually do a lot of that myself. You collect a lot of natural things. If flowers are blooming, you'll collect flowers and bring them home. If it's time for all the acorns to be falling off the trees, you'll collect acorns and bring those home. Maybe even some beautiful leaves that have fallen off the trees. Maybe even just sticks or rocks if it's kind of in the wintertime and there's not much that you can find. Maybe even rose hips, because in the winter that's something good that you can find that you can take back as well. You're definitely somebody who is very unique and very different, and you really do adorn their essence with so many different beautiful things. They really love that it doesn't matter what you have in front of you, you will find a way to be able to attribute something to them, and you'll find a way to be able to create something from nothing. And every time that things are really off balance, you're able to keep your peace and stability throughout those times, because you are somebody who turns to them for that strength, for that stability. You are very in touch with your roots, with your family tree. You are really in touch with your ancestors, and they really love that. They love how much you care about them, how much you turn to them, how much you respect them, and how solid you are and rooted you are in your connection with them. They also love the way that you worship whatever you believe in. They really love the way that you believe, because they find it to be very beautiful. Whatever divine beings, God, goddess, whatever it is that you believe in, they really love the way that you believe and the moral facets that go with it. We also have, I find peace in your arms. Look deep inside. Who are you really? Be in the moment, enjoy the little things, interact and play, and that makes the time fly. So you are somebody who really does, you enjoy the moment, you interact with them, you play and joke around. You might actually be talking to them like they're standing right in front of you. And they really love that. They love that you live in the moment. They love that you find all different kinds of unique things to do, and how it really helps you to be able to make it through the tough times. They definitely feel like you find peace in their arms, and they find peace in your arms too. They feel very loved by your presence. They feel at peace knowing that you are safe and that you are taking care of yourself as well. Really look inside of yourself. Who are you really? Because I think that you don't give yourself enough credit. I think that you feel like you are not doing as much as you are, or you feel like it's like you can't see the beauty that you create around you, the fertility, the growth, the love. They really do. They love you so much, and they really have nothing but respect for you, and they really feel like you are just this beautiful essence in the world around you, and the actions you are taking are really creating a massive change in the world, and they love that you are doing this. So that's what I have for this pile, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would absolutely love to hear what you guys thought about it in the comments below, whether or not it resonated, what you might be going through, who your ancestors that you are closer to are, because I feel like there's a few of them that you have definitely known in this lifetime that are on the other side. And I really hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 2 for you guys. What do your ancestors think about the gifts, rituals, communication you have with them? They find you to be very bold, daring, courageous. They find you to be somebody who can handle your emotions even in extremely emotional times, that you tend to face the world with a smile on your face. You could do something with water. You may do like water scrying or divining, or you may speak to your ancestors while you're in water in some sort of way. Could be something with ice or snow as well. You may even make a snowman for them when it's winter time or something like that. You may leave vegetables for them, for some of you. You may really have a strong bond with the animals as well that they love. So they really love your wisdom, your intelligence. Some of you may even have a child or a baby that you take very good care of, or that you fill in on stories about your ancestors. You might want to make sure that they know who they were. You're definitely somebody very vibrant. You shine very brightly. You're very colorful. You're very different. At times in your life, you may have eclipsed this brightness. When there is clouds in the sky, you look for a silver lining. Some of your ancestors that you may have been closer to may have actually taught you some of this, to always find the good, even when times are tough. And you always strive to find the good when times are tough. And they really appreciate that. They really appreciate this beautiful way you have of looking at the world. It makes me think of like sunglasses or something, or eyeballs, weird eyeballs, but I don't know why. So they love the way that you look at the world. It's like you see the world in a bright, shining, vibrant, beautiful way. You are a very loving being and a loving soul. And if you have things that you are hiding from the world about yourself because you're worried about what they would think, you talk to them about this, and it makes you feel at peace. And they really want to encourage you to allow those parts of yourself to come out instead of keeping them hidden. Whatever you've been hiding, you need to bring out into the open. We have Colorado lottery. So if you win money or something like that, I feel like you may attribute it to them. You may give them credit for a lot of the wins or successes in your life. Sometimes you may even eclipse yourself with the credit that you're giving them. They want you to believe in yourself as much as you do them. I feel like they really feel your unconditional love, your kindness, your care. You may actually even have little toys or trinkets or something that you have that remind you of them. Or if you have an altar set up, it may be very childlike in nature in some sort of way, and they love that. They love your unique style and your unique way of doing things, because I really don't feel like you do things in the same way that everybody else does when it comes to setting up an altar or speaking to your ancestors, things like that. You might even, I really feel like a lot of you like tell jokes when you're talking to them, things like that. You really talk to them like they're actually there with you, standing in front of you, and they absolutely love the way that you do that. The dragon. Sea Serpent. You have a lot of hope, a lot of faith, a lot of trust, a lot of belief as well. You are definitely somebody who has had to go through a lot on your own. You've had to carry a lot of heavy burdens throughout your life. You've had a lot of desolate experiences in your life, a lot of hardship, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of hard emotional situations. You have gone through the ringer, and it doesn't matter what you've gone through, you continue to go forward, and they absolutely love your drive, your passion. They love who you are as a person, the strength you have inside of you. They love your emotional stability and the solidity that you have. They love your drive, your motivation. They love that you keep going despite the odds, that you are breaking all of the karmic cycles that were set out before. They really love the fact that you are bringing a new name to your line in ways. You are changing things. You are shifting things. You're breaking the chains. You're shedding the old skin. You are really starting new cycles. You are planting your feet firmly, and you are walking forward into a destined path. And you are very much seen, very much recognized, very much noticed and appreciated, especially for your leadership skills and abilities, your ability to inspire others, your ability to really shift the view of others around you as well. And they know that a lot of what you are doing is for them and because of them. And they really love that you are doing these things. So if you're feeling like, oh, I'm not doing everything exactly the way my ancestors did, I wonder if they're upset about that. Hell no, they're not. They love the fact that you are changing things, that you're doing things in your own way. And they love to watch you do those things in your own way. Eight of Fire, initiation. So a lot of the trials and tribulations you've been through have been an initiation of sorts, an initiation into this path, into this connection, into spirituality, into connecting with your ancestors again. Most of us have been pushed away from believing things like that or pursuing things like that for about 2,000 years now. And people are finally starting to come back to that and starting to interact with their ancestors again, starting to interact with the earth again and love the earth as we love ourselves, love the animals as we love ourselves, and respect it all as we respect ourselves and respect ourselves. Because for a long time, there was no respect for ourselves, respect for other people, respect for the earth, the animals, anything like that. People completely threw that in the trash for a very long time. And now people are starting to really come out of that. And it could even just be that you're coming out of that. But they really love watching you change the world around you. They love watching you take action to communicate. They love the way that you communicate with them. We have communication over here, and then we have the initiation. They love the way that you communicate with them, the way that you are comfortable with sharing your more vulnerable emotions with them, the way that you are comfortable with expressing yourself, the way that you are large and in charge, and the way that you do not falter when other people try to tear you down for what you believe in, or when other people try to turn you from your path. You hold to it. You are very steadfast. You believe what you believe, regardless of what anybody else wants to try to convince you to believe. Hostilities and patience. You've had a lot of patience with all the hostility, all the hostilities you've faced, all the hostile energy you've faced. People really trying to distract you, to throw you off course. People that have been coming at you, fighting you. People that have been talking trash. People that have been causing chaos, conflict, disruption in your life. The fact that people have kind of thrown you in the trash in a lot of ways, and you have been able to remain patient throughout it. You have been able to pass all the initiation tests that have been thrown your way, and you are ascending to a new level. You are definitely on path, on point for your purpose, and you are definitely somebody who embraces, I feel like you also are somebody who embraces the idea that creation was created not by a single man, but by a man and a woman. You may pray to multiple gods or goddesses or some form of something like that. It may be very different from the way that other people pray. And you may get a lot of hostility for it. Remember all those who love you, even when it's hard to see. Even through the hostilities, even through the initiation process, even through everything you had to go through, because you might have had to face some things on your own, and you were meant to make this solitary journey, so things had to play out the way that they did, so you could make this solitary journey and come into contact with this energy. Overcoming past abuse helps you to move forward. Reach out to those that you love. Feel and know that you are never alone. Ask for help. So, when you are feeling upset, hurt, down, when you're feeling like you're facing a whole world of everyone attacking you, things like that, stop, take a couple deep breaths, talk to your God, talk to your angels, talk to your ancestors, reach out and ask them for help, ask them for stability, ask them for comfort, ask them for strength, ask them to be behind you, protecting you, guiding you, looking after you, things like that. It really does help. And I feel like a lot of you already do that. And if you do that, they absolutely love the fact that you do that, because a lot of times our ancestors don't necessarily want to step in unless we have asked them for help, because they don't want to be stepping on any toes. Not to mention, if you're too prideful to ask for help, then how else are you going to learn? By having to ask for help. So they really appreciate the fact that you are able to ask for help, that you're able to reach out. And they really want you to know that there are a lot of people who love you, even when it's hard to see. You may feel like there isn't. You may feel like you're alone, like you're at the top, and like there's nobody around you who really loves you, cares about you, understands you, anything like that. But trust me, there are those who love you, who believe in you, who care about you. And overcoming the past abuse and trauma is really going to help you to be able to find clarity and peace within again. And it's going to help you to be able to see those people who are there. So, find your peace, find your clarity, and trust. That is what I have for this pile, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would absolutely love to hear what you guys had to say about it in the comments below, whether or not it resonated with you, what you might be going through, who these people could be if you know some of them. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 3. So for you guys, how do your ancestors feel about your rituals, prayers, communication with them, your altar, things you leave for them or do for them? So they really feel like you are somebody who is very colorful. You're also somebody who really, you're a sign of hope for a lot of people, especially since you always believe that no matter how dark it gets, the sun will come back out tomorrow. There will always be a rainbow after the storm. You know that regardless of the bad things going on in life, life always goes up and down, and it'll come back up again if it's down right now. They really appreciate that. You may actually do a lot of things that have to do with rainbows as far as your offerings for them go. You may do some tie-dye stuff, or you may do paintings. I'm hearing paintings, drawings, a lot of artwork possibly, or incense, essential oils, things like that. Let go of the concept of time, trusting that all things that are meant to be will be in the perfect timing. Trust in the universe. So they love that you have such a steadfast trust and belief in the universe and in the divine path and in the way that things are progressing and going forward. They also love that you have such a strong faith and commitment to believing in the land of milk and honey, and the fact that everything that is meant for you and all the good things you put out will come back to you in due time. Things like that. They may really, you might even actually put messages in bottles for some of you. And like, yeah, you might actually have messages in bottles for them. You may write messages down for them. You may write to them. You may write messages and burn them as well, or put them in water. Some of you may actually put them in water. I've never actually heard of that before. You have a very unique style of communicating with them a lot of times. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. You may actually watch old movies as well that you enjoyed together, and this may connect you with them too. You may do a lot of things that you guys did together, and this may really connect you to them. You may talk to them a lot during these moments. You're very confident. You're very faithful, very trusting in what you believe in. You're trusting in the things that you're doing. You communicate a lot, and you communicate beautifully. You communicate in a very spiritual way, in a very positive, joyful way a lot of times. And at the same time, I feel like you can also have those moments where you're upset or in pain, and you may actually yell at them or things like that. And then You might even apologize for it later and go back to talking to them normal, but that's just who you are, and that's who they are. And that unconditional love for them and yourself, and them for you, it really is a very strong love. He who wants a rose must respect the thorns. Persian proverb. So once again, you are somebody that knows that if you want the rose, if you want the beauty within, you have to be willing to accept the entire package. And also, some of you guys may actually leave roses for your ancestors. One of your ancestors in particular may have loved roses. They may have had several rose bushes in their garden or something along those lines. You are definitely somebody very unconditionally loving. And they love the fact that you love them, even after everything that they put you through. Because some of them, I really feel like were in your life. And you went through a lot dealing with this person, but you still love them. You still care about them. You still love all the other people in your life right now that you may actually be having hard times with. You still love them. You are somebody very pure, kind-hearted, loving, caring. You may actually even do random acts of kindness as a tribute to your ancestors as well. You might just randomly go up to, say, a homeless person and give them money, or you might go up to somebody at the park who's sitting on the bench and looks sad, and you might just sit down and start talking to them and get a smile on their face. Things like that. You may do some very strong random acts of kindness. Maybe because it reminds you of some of your ancestors, and also I feel like it makes you feel good, and it makes you feel good to give. You're a very pure, loving heart and soul, and those random acts of kindness, know that they bring luck your way as well. You may actually stumble upon things at times where you find things on the side of the road, and that's your ancestors' way of communicating back with you, like little trinkets or something like that that you may pick up on the side of the road, and it may trigger a memory of the ones that you love, and that's their way of communicating back to you. You may even have some people doing random acts of kindness for you at times, and that may actually be something that is it's like they were watching out for you, planting seeds, things like that, leading people to your path, possibly. You really, it's like they hit the jackpot with you. You're like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and they really feel so proud of you, and they feel so happy to have you be a part of their family. We have this lucky cricket here as well. You could actually play music for them as well. You might actually play something with violins, or something more classical. Something bluegrass for some of you. You might actually play something that's more their style, jazz. Yeah, you may play music yourself as well. You may actually play music, like with an instrument. Just to clarify, because the first time when I said play music, I was actually thinking of like playing songs on the radio, or you know what I mean. And the second time I was thinking about playing it with an instrument. But anyway, it may vary. Butterfly, whale, panther. Wow, you've gone through a massive transformation that completely shocks them. I feel like your entire life has shifted and transformed as well, in ways that were extremely shocking to you. Maybe when they were alive, they didn't get to see so much of this side of you as they do after they're gone. You have a very strong level of compassion, empathy, love, kindness, care, nurturing, beauty. You have a well of emotion inside of you, and this beautiful well of emotion you pour out to them. I kind of want to cry right now. You pour out this beautiful well of emotion. The love, the kindness, the care, the empathy, the compassion, all the beautiful things that are inside of you that you don't necessarily let the entire world see, they get to see now. And it's like they're seeing you from a completely different perspective than they were when they were alive. For the ones that were there, in your life, throughout your life, because I really feel like there are ancestors here who knew you from child all the way up until they died. Like father, mother, grandmother, grandfather, uncle, aunt, something along those lines where they knew you the entire time and they never knew this you. They never knew how beautiful you were, how kind you were, how caring, how loving you were, how attached you were to them, even if it wasn't always shown. Air, 9 of air, 3 of fire, 4 of earth. You're a very grounded, responsible, reliable person, even though you have this intense amount of emotions within you as well. Caring connections, goddess of the moon. So, they love that you work hard, that you manifest. They love that you talk to them about your manifestation, your goals, your dreams, about what you want to do. They love that you, hold back a little bit and are a little bit mysterious when it comes to people in the outside world as well. That you don't give everything away so easily because they know that you could easily be taken advantage of. And at the same time, the people who get closer to you and are lucky enough to see you, wow, are they in for an amazing treat, a surprising treat. There is a hangman's noose on this tree here as well. So, for some of you, you may actually have dealt with ancestor that might have been hung in some sort of way. There's an arrow here too. Crows, they may speak to you through crows or through ravens. You may believe in fairies as well, or you may just do a lot of beautiful work with nature and the outdoors and taking care of the planet, things like that. And all of that is stuff that they love and appreciate you for doing as well. So you do a lot of amazing stuff for them, but you also do a lot of amazing stuff in this world to transform it around you. And they really love and appreciate the fact that you do that. They love that you are somebody who wants to get in touch with your roots. You may have even tried to find out your family line a bit more, tried to find out who all's in it or where it goes. You're very grounded, very rooted. You really have a strong sense of family and a strong sense of care and love for that family. You have a really strong amount of love for your family, for your caring connections. You may really, you may actually make sure that like your children or your brothers and sisters or whoever it is that's around you, you may make sure to fill them in on who these people were, what they did, what they were like, things like that. You share the beauty of their memory with others in beautiful ways, whether that be through sharing stories of them or whether that be through doing things that they may have done, carrying on some of the traditions, things like that. They really love the way that you meditate when you're speaking to them or pray. They love the way that you are so natural in it, so fluid in it. A lot of you may actually dance too to connect with them. Kind of like people do rain dances and things like that. There may actually be some Native Americans here as well. Rain dancing, but any kind of dancing. You may actually do a lot of dancing. You may have done a lot of dancing with whoever this was as well when they were alive, listening to music, playing music, things like that might have actually been things that you did together. And you are making sure to keep those things alive, and they absolutely love that. Oh, playing cards as well. I noticed the number 52. You guys could have played cards with this person, something like that. Maybe you even have some old cards that belong to them or something along those lines, and you have those set out in your altar, or just little things that were theirs and little things that reminded you of them more than anything else. Even if they were just little non-consequential things to most people, you know what they mean to you, and you really do care for them. They love that you care for them. You have many acquaintances, but only a few close friends. My mom always told me you'll have many acquaintances throughout your life, but only a few close friends. So, yeah, there could definitely be somebody that was very close to you as you were growing up that's on the other side. Be open to both giving and receiving. Without both, there is no equal exchange. So you have to be able to give and receive. And without both, there's no equal exchange there. So you really are somebody that you give a lot to them. You give so much to them. But you need to allow them to give to you as well. Reach out and ask for that help. Reach out and ask for that strength. Ask for that stability. Ask for that care, that kindness from them too. Send back the negative vibes coming at you with healing love and thoughts. It's not yours to carry. They can have it back. So, anything that you may be dealing with, some people that are sending you a lot of negative, lower vibrational energies or entities, and you send that back with love, with healing thoughts, with care. You send all their nasty, negative energy back to them. They can keep it because it's their energy. You don't want it, but you also send some love and some healing thoughts behind it, some prayers behind it. You make sure to, even though you're a very compassionate, kind, empathetic, caring, loving fucking soul. And it doesn't matter what people do to you. You still pray for their healing. You still pray and have love for them. And really, it's just, I feel like some of you even might feel a little bit guilty about sending that crap back, but it's not yours to carry. That crap is just not yours to carry. Cleanse, clear, and protect your energy. Your health will improve. So it's time to send the negative vibes back. Send it all back to the owner. If they can send it out, they can take it back. It's their energy. It's not yours, and it's not your burden to carry. Send them some healing, loving thoughts, prayers, whatever, along with it. But I'm telling you, in order to heal, you got to go through a lot of pain too to get there. So that's not your problem, though. They're the ones sending that crap. So it's time to cleanse your energy, to clear your energy, protect your energy. And as you do those things, your health will really seriously improve if you've been having some issues with it. And this could also be a past thing where they are just shocked at the transformation you made in doing these things and coming back to your true, beautiful self instead of being stuck in the lower vibrational energy because other people were sending you nasty crap and were treating you badly. And you might have felt a little bit cut off from the world, isolated, like you couldn't trust anybody, worried, nervous, anxious, things like that. And you have taken care of that problem, or you soon will be, because you will be following this advice to take care of that problem. So that's what I have for you guys, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would absolutely love to hear what you guys had to say about it, whether or not it resonated, what you might be going through, who these people that you might have been closer to when they were living are. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.